This short video describes what density in urban planning is, the benefits of density, and how density is different from TRPA's growth caps. This video is part of the Cultivating Community Conserving the Basin project. Thanks for tuning in. In urban planning, density is defined as the intensity of people, jobs, housing, or other activities within a defined area. That defined area can be as small as a parcel or as large as the Tahoe Basin. In Tahoe, we measure housing density using number of housing units per acre. Assuming these blue boxes are 1 acre properties, this would equate to 1 unit per acre or 2 units per acre. For certain uses like employee housing, we measure density in number of people per acre, like you can see on the right-hand side. I'll now walk you through some examples of how we measure density in Tahoe using the same format as the previous slide. This is a single-family home on about a 1 acre property, so the density would be measured as 1 unit per acre. This is 3 units, or a triplex, built on a smaller parcel. When calculated as units per 1 acre parcel, the density in this example is 25 units per acre. Another example in South Lake Tahoe shows 31 units on a 0.8 acre parcel. This calculation comes out to 28 units per acre. Last, an example from outside of Tahoe shows higher density housing. 27 housing units on about a 1/3 acre lot, equaling 79 units per acre. As you can see in all of these examples, the density is dictated by the size of the lot. So, even if there are only 2 units on a lot, the density can be quite high if the parcel size is small. Encouraging density around our town centers is key to having a positive impact on sustainability, transportation, economic growth, and social equity. As you can see in the examples, higher density housing results in a more efficient use of the land. In Tahoe, we regulate growth through density allowances and our growth caps, also known as the development rights system. Tahoe's growth caps were put in place in the 1980s and limit the number of residential, tourist, and commercial space that can be built in the basin. For reference, only about 10% of the allowable growth under those caps remains to be allocated. In addition to the growth caps, we have density allowances that limit the number of units that can be built on a parcel, like I mentioned in the previous slides. To further illustrate this, given that we have about 10% of remaining growth left, if more housing units are built on parcels closer to town centers, that means less housing will be built on the outskirts of town. Throughout the next year, we'll be working through the Cultivating Community Conserving the Basin project to make updates to TRPA's development standards and systems, including density. Thank you for listening, and we hope you will take our survey to let us know whether you found this video helpful, how we can improve for future videos, and other topics you are interested in. Thanks for tuning in.